Hi everybody, it's Karen Bentley here with the SugarFreeAdvantage channel, your resource for healthy weight loss and healthy living on a sugar-free, low to medium carb eating strategy. We give you the tools and the information and the inspiration you need to be successful and to proceed independently, making smart, sane decisions for yourself. So today we're going to be talking about saboteurs on your sugar-free journey. What to do about people who try to get you to eat sugar when you don't want to. How are you going to handle it? And we'll get to that in just a minute. But first, I want to define for you what I call sugar-free living. So of course it includes sugar, table sugar, brown sugar, every blend that has sugar in it. There's raw sugar, there's organic sugar, there's crystallized sugar. Every kind of sugar you can imagine, sugar is sugar, that's included in my definition, as well as every kind of syrup, maple syrup and agave syrup and corn syrup and high fructose corn syrup. All of those are sugars, and honey is sugar and molasses is sugar. So basically anything that's a sweetening agent that has a lot of calories, that's in my grand category of sugars. I call them all sugar. It's my generic word for all of those substances. And when I say sugar-free, I mean that I'm not eating any of those substances. I'd also like to share with you just a little bit about my personal history of being sugar-free. I haven't had any of those substances since 1998, which is almost 23 years now, except I had a tiny, 2.5 year hiatus or so. What happened was I started thinking I was so disciplined, and I started thinking that I had a handle on this eating thing, and I had healed myself of my binge eating habit, and that I could handle just a little bit of sugar. And so I started giving myself candy bars. I mean, I adore Kit Kats, and I started allowing myself to have desserts. And then I started having, everything else. And before I knew it, I was eating whole loaves of bread again and whole bunches of bananas and, not just one bag of chips, but two, and whole dishes of pie. And let me show you my picture. This is sort of what I ended up like. There's one. Here's another one. So it took me 2.5 years before I snapped out of it and came to my senses and decided that's not how I wanted to live. And I got back to eating sugar-free again, and I've been sugar-free ever since then. And the people in my world, for the most part, the people in my world are very respectful of my choice. They're very considerate of my choice. They're very supportive of my choice. They give me help. They offer help. They buy me sugar-free foods. They cook sugar-free things for me. I have a neighbor whose husband has just recently decided to go sugar-free, and she cooks him the most delicious concoctions and always brings some over to share with me, and I adore them. She's a great cook, and I love her food. And when I first started on my sugar-free journey, I would cook all those things for myself. But as time has gone on, I've gotten lazier. And this other thing has also happened, which is I've lost my sweet tooth. I mean, I used to be one of those people who had to have at least one Kit Kat every day. And now I don't care. It doesn't call my name anymore. I used to crave sugar. Now it's nothing. I really could care less if it's in my life, and it isn't. So I have friends who make baked goods for me. I have family and friends who buy me sugar-free goods. So, for the most part, it's an extremely supportive environment that I'm in, except for two people in my world. They just don't get it. They don't buy into it. They not only don't try to help me, they occasionally try to derail me. And this is how I deal with it. And it's been pretty effective for me. And I think it will be effective for you too. So the first and the most frequent way that I deal with a situation of somebody offering me food that they know I won't eat and that I don't want is that I ignore the offer. I don't react in any way. I just say, no, thank you. I give it as little energy as I can possibly give it. I give it as little attention as I can possibly give it. I make no investment in their offer. I don't think that it means anything. I don't judge them. I just proceed as if they didn't make the offer. I consider myself a warrior, warrior. I consider myself a warrior with a purpose, an unshakable, unwavering purpose. And no stinking little offer to eat some sugar is going to derail me from my purpose. I'm more than that. So that really works for me quite well, just saying no thank you and moving on and not investing anything in it, ignoring it. These people know not what they do. They know not how I have struggled with food. They know not that this is what can happen to me if I succumb to their offer. So I just overlook their offer and get on with life. That is how I handle it, I would say at least 95% of the time, because it's not worth my investment of energy to respond to them in any other way except with a no thank you. And the 5% of the time, it gets to me. It aggravates me. Why does it aggravate me? Because both of these people know me well. They're in my life. They see me living my intention. They see me making the same food decisions over and over and over again. And so sometimes I get a little bit aggravated with them when they continually offer me food that they know I won't eat, when they continually try to push me. I have one girlfriend who can really aggravate me. She will invite me over to her house and cook something delicious for dessert, and then that has sugar or some caloric sweetener in it, and then push me to eat it. Why can't I have just a bite? I'm insulting her not to just have a bite. A little bite won't hurt me. And that does actually start to aggravate me, that kind of pressure. And so what I do in those situations is I do give a bigger response than no thank you. When I feel myself getting aggravated, I will say something like, please don't offer me foods with sugar in them. I can't handle it. Or I might say something like, I know that you wouldn't offer an alcoholic a drink. Why would you offer me foods with sugar in it? It's the same situation. So I don't normally feel compelled to explain myself, how I'm living or how I eat or what I do. But if aggravation comes up in me, then I might offer an explanation of what I'm doing. And I will ask them for what I want. I really try not to go to the dark side. And the dark side to me is whining, complaining, judging, blaming. You know, I don't want to be a biatch. I don't want to be one of those other Karens. I want to feel good about myself. I want to feel good about these people that I'm friends or family with. And the way to do that is to just always ask for what I want instead of slipping into complaining and whining about what I don't want. So my two proven methods that I want to share with you are ignore it, say no thank you, and move on. Ignore it, overlook their foolishness, move on, don't judge, just proceed with life as if it didn't happen. And the other way is to ask for what you want by asking them not to serve you foods with sugar in it. And that should put an end to it, or at least should put an end to your aggravation. In any case, I know you can be successful. Hundreds of people are. You can be too. If you like this content and found it helpful, please smash that like button. It'll make YouTube like us. And if you really liked it, please subscribe. We offer helpful, practical content that you can put to use in your life every single week. Please come back and visit us. Bye for now.